Have you ever felt stuck? So stuck that you've just given up hope? In ancient Jerusalem, there was a place for people who felt exactly like that. It was called the Pool of Bethesda. A legend floated around this pool. Every now and then, an angel would stir the water, and the first person to get in would be miraculously healed. So, as you can imagine, the area was crowded with people desperate for a miracle: the blind, the lame, the paralyzed. They were all waiting, watching, hoping. Among them was one man who had been paralyzed for 38 years. 38 years of waiting, of watching others scramble into the water, of seeing his hope fade with each passing day. He had stopped trying. What was the point? He had no one to help him. Then, one day, a man named Jesus came to the pool. He walked through the crowd, past all the desperate faces, and stopped right in front of this one man. Jesus looked at him, and he knew. He knew how long the man had been there, how deep his despair ran. And he asked a question that seemed almost absurd: "Do you want to get well?" The man didn't just say yes. Instead, he explained his problem. "Sir," he said, "I have no one to help me into the pool when the water is stirred. While I am trying to get in, someone else always goes down ahead of me." He was focused on his limitations, on his story of failure. He couldn't see a solution, only the problem that had defined his life for nearly 4 decades. But Jesus wasn't interested in his excuses. He didn't offer to help him to the edge of the pool or wait for the water to stir. He gave a simple, powerful command that cut right through all the years of hopelessness. "Get up. Pick up your mat and walk." It was an impossible command. This man hadn't used his legs in 38 years. But in that moment, something shifted. Maybe it was the authority in Jesus' voice, or maybe it was a tiny spark of faith he didn't even know he had. He chose to obey. And instantly, strength flooded his body. He stood up, bent down, rolled up the very mat that had been his bed of suffering, and he walked. After 38 years, he just walked. Now, here's where the story gets even more interesting. This all happened on the Sabbath, the day of rest. As the man walked through the city, carrying his mat, the religious leaders stopped him. They weren't amazed by the miracle. They didn't celebrate that a man who had been paralyzed for decades was now walking. No, they were angry. "It is the Sabbath. The law forbids you to carry your mat," they scolded. They were so focused on their rules that they completely missed the miracle standing right in front of them. They asked him, "Who is this man who told you to pick it up and walk?" But the healed man didn't know. Jesus had quietly slipped away into the crowd. Later, Jesus found him in the temple. This time, his message was different. He said, "See, you are well again. Stop sinning." This wasn't a condemnation, but an invitation. Jesus cared about more than just the man's physical body. He cared about his soul, his entire life. He was offering him not just healing, but wholeness. This incredible story isn't just about a man by a pool. It's about us. How many of us are sitting by our own pool of Bethesda, waiting for the perfect moment, for someone to help us, making excuses for why we can't change? We tell ourselves we're too stuck, too broken, that it's too late. Jesus comes to us in our stuck places and asks the same question: "Do you want to get well?" He sees past our excuses and our stories of defeat. He doesn't offer a complicated 10-step plan. He gives a simple command: get up. He asks us to take a step of faith, to trust him even when it feels impossible. True healing, true transformation, begins when we stop explaining our problems and start obeying his command. It's about moving from a life of excuses to a life of faith and embracing the new beginning he offers. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that I hope will inspire and encourage you.